Oh.
Hello, welcome to Gabos. Issa was here, but
He's on the move, innit?
due to unforeseen circumstances, he was literally kidnapped before our very eyes. So at the end of this show, we'll be posting a GoFundMe link to pay for the ransom. It's, I don't know, how many Egyptian dollar, if that is even the currency. It's going to be the three of us today. Everyone else has made plans. There'll be docked fees for that. But joining me as per usual, midfield engine. You can never bench him. Big boots in the building.
Yes, what are you telling me, guys?
And representing the league leaders, Money Median in the house. Meds, what's up, man?
All good, man. I'm feeling a bit rough today. Little illness, but we've got to still tune into the pod.
You guys, do you guys get like is you guys off from like Monday? Like what's the Christmas
I had to
holiday
book
schedule?
I had like
They don't just
6 days, so I had to book off.
Well, we're off on Thursday. No, was it Tuesday or Wednesday next week as well? For obviously,
Yeah.
Christmas and Boxing Day, whatever. Malarkey.
Okay.
So you just got to take those days off. What is it like over there? Obviously, is it just normal?
I work for a company that's led by some Europeans, so we get Crimbo day off.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
We're not mad at that.
The show goes on. I think there's only one place, boys, and that is the shocking turn of events in the Marcus Rashford drama. Rashfordinho jumping the gun really, without telling the club and saying it's time to go. I mean, it was time to go about 2 seasons ago when he bagged all those goals, but he got himself that bumper deal. Boots, what do you make of the timing, and what do you make of the guy's potential options?
I was kind of shocked that when it came out that I'm not shocked that he wants to leave, but I'm shocked that he said publicly that he wants to leave so like casually like that. So I was a bit raw. But yeah, man, I think, bro, it's one of them things that is inevitable. I think it's best for him and the club that they just part ways. Because, bro, he's clearly stagnated. I don't know where. The only thing is, I don't know where he'd go. Like, I know Saudi's obviously an obvious option for him. But if he wants to stay in European football, like, where does he go? Type thing on those wages. So yeah,
bro. Honestly, I don't know, but I want to get Meds' take first of all, as obviously the United connection runs deep with him, so I'm sure you'll sweat.
Yeah, same as I'm with you. Really, I didn't. I was surprised he just said it so outright, but I think it seems like the general consensus with everyone at the club is that he's just leaving. So maybe he just thought, okay, let me just say it, I guess. But yeah, I don't know where he could go right now. Maybe with Newcastle or like Tottenham. I don't know. Right? And especially if it's like goes, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Bro,
he needs to go somewhere where he can play and rediscover some form, right? So it can't be a top club, but maybe a club up and coming. I don't know.
Bro, I think he should just admit that he's in the accumulation phase, just making bread. I think Saudi makes sense. He's out of England set up. Nobody else is gonna ever. I mean, especially PSG are now doing local wonder kids. You know, they've given up on international superstars.
Yeah.
Premier League, I can't see another club in the entire league and probably in the game who's going to pay anywhere close to 375 a week. It's Saudi or bust, really. And do you think he's going to take? Do you think he's going to take a pay cut of that magnitude just to rediscover his form? He's never going to get a deal that big again. The Saudis are the only ones who can guarantee it. He can sit next to Ronaldo at the boxing. He could sit next to Ronaldo at the boxing and start a clothing label. You look at Jesse Lingard, for example, king of Korea. He accepted the goal. He's collecting his bread. He's out here doing K-pop dances, and we're all very happy for him. And I think sometimes the show is over. Personally, I think it was over after he broke his back, and they just carried on playing him for like another 18 months without getting surgery or whatever it was. And now you compare him 2 years ago, 3 years ago to now, and the burst and the speed and all the rest of it, and it's cooked. AA, our resident hater, says a certain man wanted him at the carpet. We won't name them for obvious reasons. We want to kind of protect their identity and not too much. But it was booty.
No, it wasn't. You're such a waffler. I was always I've never wanted to.
Listen, I remember one guy who was sending Rashford comps in the group chat in the summer. So you know what? That's a good one.
Slander.
I think he's on this podcast right this very second.
Yeah, he's on this podcast, but he's not on he's watching the podcast. But yeah.
No, he's on the podcast right now.
Such a hater. Such a waffler, bro.
Isn't it?
I've never wanted him at Arsenal in my life. You know that's the truth. Don't do that, bro.
I think there's a few people in the comment section. That's true, by the way. That's true.
You know
Although they're all shit. They're all shit.
But can I say something though? He's saying this to cover face because he's the one that wanted him at Arsenal, and the other two aren't on 400 bags a week, bro.
First of all, it's bogus. I've never been a Rashford stan in my career. And,
Not you. I'm talking about the guy that put the comment in.
I'll be honest. I don't actually know who that is. So I'm yeah.
Yeah.
Normally Ahmed comes under another alias, but yeah, man. Look, I think the show is over for this guy, man. Personally, I think it's time to just live the celeb lifestyle, get yourself a bit of milk, and just do that, man. Do the Instagram thing,
Yeah.
Where's Martial right now?
I saw bro. It's funny how Martial, Pogba, Lingard, Rashford, all these guys that they gassed up, Sancho, they stand are all just a pack of bums, bro. But
bums. Greenwood. All of these guys. Meanwhile, Man United cut the stewards £50 cash prize for Steward of the Week, so that so Jim can carry on saving cash. I don't know what this guy's doing, bro. He's been operating like an absolute. I was going to say something that would definitely get us banned, but he's been quite miserly in his cash. He cancelled the Christmas party. He stopped them. He stopped the Friday delivery orders. He sent all the lunch ladies home an hour early so he could save an hour's wages. He must be loading up Mbappe, bro, to do this approval. I don't know what the hell's going on at that club.
Yeah,
but
he bought, and meanwhile he put down he paid another 78 mil today to increase his stake in Man United.
This is mad. The second story, before we start predicting the game, I wanted to this is a very, very quick one, but John Percy from the BBC, who's like the leading reporter in the East Midlands, sat down with Jamie Vardy ahead of the game. And obviously, as you know, I'm a big fan of Mr. Vardy, so there will be a minute segment dedicated to him. And Jamie Vardy admitted today that he actually spends time pre-match learning insults in the native language of the centre-backs for marking him that weekend. I can't love this guy anymore. You know what I'm saying? He's out here and he's diversifying his vocabulary.
What a guy, man.
Bro, he's just the best. I wish we got him Arsenal, man, but yeah, he's.
What happened with
he's,
that, by the way? Was that actually going to happen, or did he say no?
He said
Was there
no.
actual interest from you
He
guys?
turned it down. And right,
he turned it down personally.
Yeah.
They would have accepted it, but he said, "Look, man, I think he was 29 years old at the time, and he said, look, I don't want my career to go up in flames at Arsenal." And he was right. If you went to go under Arsene Wenger the last couple of years, it would have been an absolute shit show, man. Although that season we did desperately need a striker, but yeah, thank you for joining in on Vardy updates. Remember when you learned Japanese? Just Google Vardy Jap. Don't Google that.
Yeah.
No, seriously, do not Google. Unless
That's
you're
not
in private
scary.
garden. But that was probably a dark chapter in his career. Let's get to the game. There's a couple of huge fixtures. There's only really one place we can start this weekend, and it is, of course, the Liverpool fixture, league leaders. Although the last 2 weekends have been filled with a few troubling results. They were back in the win column against Southampton yesterday. First of all, Mets, did you watch the game last night? And obviously they're playing against Spurs. I want to start with you right there, man.
Yeah, I did watch the game last night. But it was a bit of a makeshift team, to be fair. Quite a few youngsters in the side. Basically just got the job done in the first half. To be fair, Southampton were quite threatening in the last 30 minutes. They were attacking our goal quite a lot. But honestly, the Konate injury is what kind of scaring me right now, because Kwanzaa and Gomez are just not it. So for the Spurs game, it's away, yeah? I don't know, man. I'd like to think the team will be up for it. I feel like it's good timing for a bigger side to come in, because I feel like when you play too many mid-table sides or lower team sides, your team kind of just slacks off a bit, if you know what I mean. So it's good to have a team to kind of kick you up into gear. I think we'll have enough for them to win the game, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a draw or something. Kulusevski, as we spoke about on the last podcast, all in, and no Konate, I think they'll definitely be able to score. So I'm confident, but wouldn't be surprised at a Tottenham result.
Boots, you've watched both teams extensively this season. You think the mate merchant has got what it takes to pull a result out of his arse, or do we suspect that Spurs are going to collapse it?
Did you see what he said today? He was like, how the Prime Minister's got an easier job than him, because the Prime Minister's got an election every few years. He's got an election every week about his job.
That's true.
I think Liverpool. I watched the game yesterday. Obviously, it was just a makeshift team. I think Kwanzaa should have got sent off, if I'm honest. That was a joke.
Let's be honest, 110%. And Simon Hooper had the perfect angle as well. When you're watching
I was so surprised.
Bro, and Southampton have Yaya Sanogo reincarnated up top, bro. That gangly guy that bro, he doesn't know. Bro, who the hell was that dead guy, bro, up top, bro, for them?
Bro, he was balling.
Bro, he was dead, bro. He kept missing the ball, bro. Trying to go.
His name was what? Wait, it was the guy who came off for Cameron Archer. I think his name was
Why would the hell would he take? Yeah, bro. I don't know who that guy was, bro. Some Yaya Sanogo's offspring, but bro. In regards to the game on the weekend, I think Liverpool win. I think Tottenham will go ahead as they usually do. Then instead of we'll be here next week saying, "Oh, he went up a goal or two ahead. He should have brought it back a bit," but he's gonna go up and he's gonna play the same way, and then Liverpool will come back and just smoke them. That's how I see it go. Plus, I think a lot of the players have a bitter taste from what happened to them last year at Tottenham's ground, so I think they want to get their league back.
We were smoking them with 9 men.
Yeah.
9 men, we play better than them, bro. So annoying. Go on, Iggs. Let's see what you think.
The decision was correct, by the way. Just the coming together. Yeah, with his arms wrapped around him.
Walk nonsense to send them off there.
We didn't even get sent off, and I don't want to keep bringing it up on the halfway line. This guy was on the in the box. You know what I'm saying? Damn near the box. But it's Liverpool. Remember, if you badmouth Liverpool as a referee, you will get sacked. So you better not. Against
man. David Coote and them, man. There.
R.I.P. David Coote. Obviously, that was a career ender to call Jurgen a prick, even though he was absolutely spot on. Also, him doing gear on camera might have also played into it. But we don't want to speculate too much as to what the reasons behind him being were. With that being said, I mean, my gut feeling is exactly what Booty said. I think Spurs are going to go up. Hells are going to be up. And then, Mr. Postecoglou is going to send all the boys up to the halfway line and beyond. And the speed and the counter-attacking of Liverpool, they're going to bring it back. And then Spurs are going to capitulate late on. Liverpool win, add a bit more momentum to the charge. I'm going to go 3-2. That's going to be my result.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, it'll definitely be the match of the weekend for sure. It always kind of is a very, very fun game to watch as a neutral, especially. So
yeah,
that's an exciting one too. And Sunday evening kickoff. In terms of like big fixtures this weekend, I mean, I think there's nothing too impressive in terms of big name teams playing each other.
I think there's another fixture that is kind of interesting, which is the Villa Park City to go into Villa Park. That's a dangerous one for City. They haven't won. They've won 1 in 11 as well.
I think their fixtures don't get much easier, to be honest.
No, they've got a tough period, man. Tough period. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we thought that the only respite was going to be Man United, and then they end up bottling that one. We thought Villa was going to be a loss as well.
That was ridiculous.
Villa need to win this one. I think Villa winning this one against City is going to take a lot of Unai Emery and give them a bit more of a chance. Obviously, they're doing well in the champs. Their league form's not terrible. I mean, if they beat City, they could probably. I mean, they will leapfrog them, and then they have a chance of ending the weekend in the top 4. And they've got a couple of players. I mean, they've been another team that's been absolutely stricken with injuries. They've got a couple coming back. I hope he gives John Duran the start, man. I mean,
did he start? I feel like Watkins is off the boil a bit now this season. He's not the same as last season, bro. Do you think? What's it called? Did he start last game as well against Forest? Do you remember?
John Duran.
Yeah.
I think he might have come off. I think he might have come on the off the bench, man. The game. I mean, they lost the game.
He scored, though.
No, he Duran started, and Watkins actually came on.
But Duran bagged. So yeah.
I mean, he's John Duran, but he's not just any. He's not any old striker. He's Duran, and he's not going to be around Villa Park for too long. He just exclusively scores wonder goals as well. I mean, 24 appearances, 11 goals. I think he's got like 3 or 4 assists. As a benchman, in terms of the minutes that he's getting, his goal scored is very, very impressive, man. So
yeah, exactly. The majority of those appearances are off the bench as well. That's what makes it so.
Yeah, bro. Minutes wise, he's not been up there, man. He's not been up there, and I think he's he's got the X factor.
He's like 21.
Well, there's more of the jungles of Colombia, bro. We
at 5.
We have to take his word for it, unless we can get dating or dental records.
If you believe you're 21, you are 21.
Yeah. No, age is nothing but a number for these guys, man. And if the number that your agent tells you, he goes, "I'll sign you if you're 21," and you go, "I'm 21. I am 21." So What do you think, man? I think personally we're looking at a Villa dub. I think we're looking at a Villa dub. I mean, I don't think it slows down. I think it only accelerates until the window.
Yeah,
And
I
then
think
actually Pep Guardiola last week, he said in the presser, he said, you know, the number of games that Rodri played in the last 2 seasons, the number of competitions they've added, the fact they're going to the Club World Cup in Miami in the summer as well, which adds another at least 4 games to their schedule. He said, I'm going to need at least 30 players next season. So let's see what comes out of the verdict. But he said, look, I can't do the small squads anymore. So I think he understands the issue. And I think they're going to have to go and do half of that shopping in January, just with the FA laws and everything else.
I think they'll. I don't think Villa Park's as good as it was last season, so I think City can get a draw. I think they'll get a draw. I think it'll be 2-2. I think Haaland's due a couple goals as well. So, yeah, that's my rationale.
Okay. Meds.
How long is this slump gonna go on for? That's the question.
Bro, it's the thing is they look dead as well. It's not like
No.
it's not like they're getting it's smash and grabs against them.
Yeah, but like City have looked like they've looked dead and won games in their previous title winning season. Like it's not really like I wouldn't say that's like a bar for them.
They look meaty though, bro. Like I haven't seen them look this meaty, bro.
Bro, I wish they just gave us this season like 2-3 years ago. No, 3 years ago.
Well, you're top of the league now, so yeah. Anyways, what's your prediction?
Only by 2 points, man.
You got a game in hand. Go on.
Prediction. I think it will be a draw. Yeah, I think it will be a draw, but I'm gonna go 0-0, man. I think it's just gonna be a dead game.
No. All right.
Nearly. Up next, a team that we are both. I was going to say we're both passionate about, but I'm not really that passionate about them anymore, mate. And that is the Arsenal. Obviously, fresh off a life and death punch up with Palace at the weekend, and now we get the reverse fixture in the league. Saturday evening kickoff or late afternoon kickoff at Selhurst Park. We've had a good look at each other. They played a very, very strong team against us. We played a pretty strong team as well, arguably our strongest team. Booze, first of all, I know you watched the full 94 or whatever it was yesterday. I want to get your thoughts on that game, and then I want to understand a little bit more about how you feel this game is going to go on Saturday evening.
I think the first half we were so bad, and I think that's largely got to do with every time he's played Partey at right back this year, we never win a game. We never perform well, and we haven't won a game. And I don't know. I don't like that. And obviously, Kivior had an absolute calamitous error for the goal. He mistimed it, and then he just got weighted by Mateta. So yeah, he's looking like he needs to basically find somewhere else. I think he's a decent player. I think me and you agree that he's not a bad player. But I don't know about this league for him. So he might need to get moved on. And apparently Napoli are interested. So, yeah. But in regards to the game yesterday, first half was a bit dry, whatever. And then second half, he put on some of the big boys. He put on Odegaard. Saka came on towards the end. I think those are the main two that came on and changed everything, to be honest. And then, yeah, man, Jesus, obviously got to talk about him. Hasn't scored for a good year. And yeah, he scored. Bro, do you know what impressed me about his hat trick the most? I've never seen him slap a ball. Like the way he slapped it, like just smashed them bottom bins. He usually does the weird, like the first 2 chances he had, the first goal is so on brand. He just loves this cute chip stuff, and he nearly tried it again. But when he just puts his laces through it, I was like, oh, okay. Like
I was surprised as well.
Yeah. Usually, when he went through, I genuinely thought he was going to miss because that's what we're used to nowadays with him. In the reverse fixture, And bro, do you know what I was gonna just say? Saka has that he's getting that, like when Salah comes off the bench or whatever, that sense of inevitability that he's gonna get a GA. He's add that to his game. Like when he came off the bench, I just knew he's gonna have a hand in one of the goals. And
yeah,
literally, he's becoming like that caliber. Well, I think he is that caliber player now. Anyways, in terms of the reverse fixture, I think it'll be a tight. When you play a team back to back, it's a bit. It becomes a bit tighter. I think we'll still get the result, especially because it's at Selhurst Park. It'll be a tough game, but I expect us to get the result, especially after the two draws that we've had in the league in the last couple of weeks.
We say it every week. Oh, this is a make or break. This is a make or break. This will make or break. But man, I already think the title's out of hand personally, man. I know you don't. I know you think the gap is still too close. I think there's a lot left in it. But man, I think we just bought so badly. I'm just the last 2 summers. Okay, Declan Rice, the 8 experiment for me. I don't think he's ever going to be as good of an 8 as he is a 6. And I think this guy Marino stinks, bro. He's not shit, but like he's just so bang average. Like he just doesn't really, you know what I'm saying? Like just a 6'4" crash into you guy. Doesn't really excite me, man, with his overall gameplay. Odegaard, I mean, look, there were signs that he watched Henry's Monday Night Football breakdown with some of his plays yesterday, because it's so predictable what he does. Like I know he gets a lot of praise for leading the press and all that stuff, but like sometimes it's just like he's just there for Saka to bounce the ball off, basically. So having him kind of open up the pitch a bit more and look out for passes for some of the other guys and try and play those long killer passes that he's good at, but he hasn't been doing as much, is going to be super important for us to get a result. And I think it's going to be a draw, by the way, man. I do think it's going to be a draw. I'm going to go for like a 1-1 or something. I think we'll take our foot off the gas once again,
Fair enough.
Up next, it is...
Meds didn't give his prediction.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Meds, man. I apologize.
Yeah.
Meds, what do you think about the mighty Arsenal?
I think you'll win. You'll have too much for Palace. And in the league, I feel like you focus more as well. And you already slapped them yesterday, so I think you'll go 2-1. 2-1 Arsenal.
Excellent. Cool. And then up next is Man United. Man United playing today against Spurs in the Carabao Cup quarters, and then they've got Bournemouth at home on Sunday early afternoon at the Cup. Whoa! At Old Trafford. Whoa! Oh my God! What have I done? No, at Old Trafford. We'll edit that bit out, even though it's live. The feel-good factor seems to be back at Old Trafford. Obviously winning the derby. If they get into the semi-finals, which I'm predicting them to do, I do think they're going to beat Spurs. It's looking like Amorim's got the show back on the road. I'm going to go over with my prediction. I think it's going to be 3-1 Manchester United. Although I do like a few of Bournemouth's players. I think obviously a few of them are potentially playing for a move in January. I know Liverpool are linked with Kirkes,
yeah.
Booty's been a big fan of for a while, and then a few clubs are interested in Semenyo as well. But yeah, I think Old Trafford, pre-Christmas afternoon, I think the feel good is back. I can see them. Scoring a couple and continuing on a positive trend. Meds, I'm gonna follow on with you this time. just because I always like to hear your United takes. What do you make of their current trajectory?
I'm actually a bit worried. I think Amram's doing the right things, to be honest. Getting rid of these shit guys, that's one. Probably bringing in some good guys in the summer, we'll see. But yeah, man, winning against City, I think will bump up the feel good. I don't know what will happen today. But I think United will probably continue their run of getting some results in. And it's at home for them, so I think it should be a United dub. But I think Bournemouth will have enough, even though they've been playing well. I think just the fans at United will probably push the team to win that game.
I think first of all, in regards to today's game, when it comes to Spurs and trophies, I never back them, so I think United will knock them out today. I think United will go through, and I think literally, bro. I think United, and I have a prediction for the draw. I think United and Arsenal are going to get each other in the League Cup, and we're going to play them 5 times this season. We're going to play them in the FA Cup. We're going to play them in 2 legs in the League Cup, and we're going to play them again at Old Trafford. But
season.
Imagine 5 doubles against United in a season. I actually might prefer that to like everything apart from the Premier League and the Champs. If you said to me that you can win the FA Cup or you can beat United 5 times in a season, I'm like, give me 5 times in a season, man. You know what I'm saying? We got close in on that all-time head-to-head record. They had 10 offers around. So if we can smoke these guys 5 times, bro, give it to me. Give it to me. I will go down to the Europa League just to beat them in the 2 legs over that as well. Man. I didn't know this. And this is making me very, very excited. That's my. I hate watching it, and I hate how I feel like in the lead up to it more than any other game. The feeling of being United, and I know Med shares this exact same feeling, is sublime. And also, after every single team in the league, almost it feels like has trounced them. I feel like we're the only team who never has, and it pisses me off every time. After what happened a couple of weeks ago with the 2 headers and that shower of shit we watched for the entire game, just to smoke them once would be enough. It would almost be enough to just let me just buy this review DVD and
honestly, beating them like the it's just the shutting them up is almost just as good as beating them. Like knowing that they can't say anything after the game is just better, is almost as good as actually beating them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You know how much they chat if they beat your side.
Yeah, United fans, bro, they love, bro. Now Ahmad's he's in the brackets with Saka and Palmer. He's had 2 in my life. That's what they're doing now. But yeah, I think I agree with you guys in terms of I think it won't be easy because Bournemouth are a good side.
Yeah,
but I think United will just have a bit too much and they'll beat them at home. 2-1.
Yeah. If it was at Bournemouth Stadium, then it could be different, but
yeah.
But Old Toilet, I think it'll be different.
Old Toilet. Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. All right. Where do we go to next?
Chelsea?
Yeah, go talk about Chelsea.
Chelsea versus Everton at Goodison Park. Everton, man, they've had. I think ever since they benched Gun Bunman, things have kind of stabilized a little bit. Obviously, they drew at the carpet with Arsenal. They smashed Wolves 2 weekends before that with the Merseyside derby being postponed. Obviously, they got trounced by by United, and then draws. So I think, look, they've stabilised a bit. They're not looking like a immediate relegation threat, in my opinion. But Chelsea are coming through. They got the man, the Premier League's best player, Cole Palmer. They got a rapper, Nicholas Jackson up top.
They got a freshly single guy.
They got a freshly single guy. Well, he's not freshly single anymore. He's now dating, I think, some Formula One guy's ex girlfriend. His ex-wife was actually gave an interview in the papers this morning, saying this guy was a total bum before he made it, and I was paying for his bus fare to go to football training. So obviously, that might have a little play in his performance. He might want to give her a little message with his look at me now. But yeah, I can't see anything other than Chelsea coming in and doing what Chelsea are doing at the moment, man. 3 more points, start to create a bit more separation. And like we said, I don't think they're going to win the title, but, now that they've got Mudryk off their books, seemingly so. Mudryk, by the way, oh my God.
The Mudryk thing links back to the Enzo thing. There was a clip of Enzo on the transition against Brentford. He was keeping up with Madueke, and they're like, "Oh, they're doing the thing where, oh, it's because he broke up with his missus." It's like, nah, bro, it's because he's on the stuff. He's on the good stuff. That's why he's got the bit of physicality that he was missing in the league, and now he's got the technical ability meshing with the physical roids. And he's cooking.
No, not only that. By the way, footage leaked that he started using Mudryk's personal trainer,
of course,
who's a Ukrainian guy. So he's. But no, okay. The source is working for Enzo, but we know that everyone in the sport is on the gear, bro. Literally everyone. You'd be a bit of a dum not to use something, where the entire league is on the gas, especially at Liverpool, that collection of asthmatics that ran everyone into the ground. But where was the performance enhancements for Mudryk, bro? He's the first guy we've ever seen, never received any enhancements from what do you say? He's got a tattoo there that says nothing beats hard work or something like this. I've never seen it. I've never seen that on the gas who's never received the fruits of his labor.
Someone said he was roiding for the Conference League. This guy's shameless.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Plus, he's like, how old? Like 23 years old. He's already got like that proper hairline. Shit was not looking. Bro, he's definitely on stuff.
Bro, did you see what he posted after they caught him on his Insta story? This guy actually thinks he's like a villain. He posted like some like rap video and how he don't give a shit. And I can't remember, it was some tune. I think it was like a 50 Cent tune, and he doesn't give. But this guy thinks he's living in a movie. He's on 200 racks a week. This guy.
What the hell, bro? Bro, I was reading that he was like shocked on like an article how it happened or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But onto the game, I think Chelsea will win, and they will show how bad a result the Arsenal draw against Everton was, just to rub it in our wounds. Because every time we have a bummy result against a team, they have a banging result, they'll lose the next game. So, I think Jackson will actually be the difference in this game. I think he'll get a goal or two, and they'll carry on their good form.
Yeah, I agree. I think they'll smash them, man. As soon as the first goal goes in, I think it'll be like 3-0.
I mean, they're the most exciting team in the league, in my opinion, this season so far. I'm not sure if any. Is there anybody else who's competing with them?
Maybe Liverpool
just
at a stage where.
Yeah, maybe not right now though.
They just got a bunch of mavericks. You like Nicholas Jackson, all these kind of. There's just a bunch of like, just I don't know. It's reminding me a little bit.
Together and made it work somehow.
Bro, listen, man. It was never in doubt. When you spend $1.5 billion on collecting 30 guys, someone can bang. I know people are saying, not obviously they need to buy, and they need to get rid of the ultimate loser coach in Pochettino. Pochettino tried to paper over the run, but anybody who knows Pochettino knows this is a stinker of a coach. This guy had prime Messi, not prime Messi, Messi regardless. Kicking up chalk on the touchline, doubling up with his fullback. Get this guy out of the sport. And Todd Bowley is starting to look like a bit of a savant. You know what I'm saying? So Chelsea are heading in the right direction. I reckon in the summer they go again. Not in the summer, sorry. In the January window they go again. I reckon they're going to load up a striker. I reckon they're going to try and make some moves. Maybe that Sporting Lisbon guy, what's his name? Gokares. Maybe a little deal for Osimhen. Maybe throw that.
Might even go for Isak.
Yeah, man. It's Chelsea fucking football club. The team I wish I supported. In reality, but unfortunately I was cursed as a boy. The rest of the games, let's be honest, are very, very mid, apart from Leicester versus Wolves, which, and it's not to be sniffed at, the Midlands derby. Wolves are currently rudderless without a coach.
Did they sack? Oh, they sacked Gaz O'Neill. Yeah, fuck.
Gaz O'Neill's gone, man. We had a moment of silence from him in the last
we did.
pod,
Just because it got crowded by the Arsenal stuff, I forgot about it.
No, it's all right. The pain comes in waves, man. I know what it's like to mourn as well. And every now and then I remember that Gaz O'Neill was out of a job. And most likely it'll be a long road back to the Premier League for him, if we're perfectly honest with ourselves. I think him getting sacked from Bournemouth was, at the time, we thought it was a terrible move. Then they got this anime-looking character in, and they started to. Bro, he looks very weird, bro. His lower jaw is like here. I don't even notice.
If you will never go type how he looked like as a player, you'd never think it's the same person. Bro, he looked like some chiseled athlete.
You're right. Let me have a look at the bro. You know what though? He does look like the FIFA regen Basque player. He's got that exactly. They all look exactly the same. If you play for Bilbao, unless your name is Williams, you have that exact same look, but except he's got obviously this. Even his playing days, that was, he retired. He packed on about 30 kg, and he's cooking, man. Somebody's gonna take him soon. I think he should cash out while he's still in the Premier League. He doesn't want to do Eddie Howe and get relegated and then start begging for jobs, because Bournemouth are currently 6th place, by the way. And if City lose and Bournemouth win, Bournemouth are going to go above Man City.
Bumba. Man, I might need to rethink that United prediction. But yeah,
I'm putting the Amorim feel good factor over what Bournemouth are doing. But somebody's gonna chuck some. I think potentially he'd be retarded if he does it. But if Postecoglou gets sacked, that seems like one of those deals that Levy goes and does. You know what I'm saying? Bring your translator. We'll get one or two of the. We can come and work your magic with Solanke again, and come over to a slightly bigger, even though spiritually smaller club in the Spurs.
Yeah,
why not?
It's true.
It's funny, bro. Did I stutter? So yeah, I think for me in the Wolves game, I've liked what I've seen from a man like Ruud so far. Obviously, he's got an absolute bag of shit team. He's still having to try out the likes of Hamza Chowdhury. the Premier League's first ever Bangladeshi player. Although we respect the diversity and the inclusion, to be honest, he's fucking hot garbage. So yeah, man, I'm going to go with Jamie Vardy, King Power Stadium. We're going to do it for Chatri San's anniversary. I think his name was Chatri, or that was the 1FC guy. Anyways, the Thai guy who died in a helicopter crash, I think it's his anniversary. So he's going to be a big one for those guys. West Ham versus Brighton at the London Stadium. The West Ham coach, whose name I can't pronounce,
Hertzler.
You're going to have to help.
Oh no, Lopetegui is the West Ham.
Lopetegui, the bullet dodger. I've had actually one of my reliable sources got in touch with me this week, and he let me know that Lopetegui visited Mikel Antonio's bedside 3 times to see if he would be open to starting this game. I play Nicholas Fulkrug, but apparently his advances were rebuffed, and they will be proceeding with their existing. So he survived. That's one thing. He's the guy I thought was going to be the first coach to go, because West Ham have been hot poo, and just when things could have gone any worse for their fans, that guy died and they stole his Rolex. I'm not sure if they found the Rolex.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It's so fucked, bro. That's crazy.
Man.
And then somebody said, "Yeah, no, I got it."
Yeah, he said, "Find his keepers, mate."
It's so fun.
It's fucked, bro. But yeah,
very dark. But yeah, West Ham in 14th, Brighton in 9th. What do we think about that one, boys?
I think West Ham are starting to find form. Genuinely. I was surprised how they're playing that Bournemouth away, to be honest. Like their results aren't amazing, but if you watch their games, they're starting to play a bit better, because they had quite a few guys out, and now that they've come back, Paqueta, Bowen, Kudus, they're starting to cook a little bit. Brighton are very good, don't get me wrong, but I think it'll be a draw. I think it'll be a 2-2 draw.
Okay. So, I think it will be 2-1 Brighton.
Okay. 2-1 Brighton. In terms of the other fixtures, we've got Ipswich Town versus Newcastle United. Newcastle actually, they won yesterday.
Yeah, they did.
Lovely goal. My boy, Sandro Tonali. I knew that was going to happen, partly because he bet on himself to score. It was a rather large bet placed from an IP address area, and I just assumed it was from him. So notice that Newcastle, I mean, their squad is fully back fit. Obviously, they won 4-0 against Brentford last weekend. I know they're away from home, but let's be honest, they're due for a little bit of a run. I mean, that team is too good to be where they are at the moment. They're currently in 12th position. But I mean, it's so congested down there. Man United in 13th, and City are separated by 5 points, and City are 5th. So that's there's a lot of potential for a big shuffle in the middle of the table this weekend. I'm going to go for a Newcastle dub. I think Newcastle will have a bit too much muscle for Ipswich Town. I can see that.
Delap suspended as well.
Yeah, Delap suspended. I can see it being a 3-1 Newcastle.
Miguel, do you think Newcastle can get top 4?
No. I don't.
I had them. Sorry, I had them in top 4 before the season started. I don't know. Maybe I was bugging.
Bro, I think Newcastle are smart. If Newcastle are smart, they sack Eddie Howe. I don't know what the reluctance is. I think another coach with this team, an Iraola with this team, for example,
Mm.
and they're starting to make some moves. The talent is definitely there. There's a few guys that I personally think they should move on from, and people might disagree with me, but like Joe Ellington, for example.
Yeah.
I know he's done the job and he's been serviceable, but I don't think he'll ever be the level of a centre mid that they need for what they're trying to accomplish here. I think Tonali is obviously an insta keep. I think if they can keep Gordon and Isak, you do that. I think their defense is all right, albeit a little bit injury prone. Livramento and Hall, although I think Hall's a good player as well. Keeper they need to upgrade to a guy with a bit better distro. And that's not the only way to play football. But let's be honest, that is the kind of template that every good team kind of uses. I think they'll cruise past it this weekend. It'll be a big result for them.
Yeah.
I think they'll beat Ipswich. I think Ipswich have been a bit of a tough cookie at home for teams to play, so I don't think he'll be. Shout out my boy Liam Delap, man, bro. Oh my god, last week I don't know if you saw how he held off. Who is it that they played? They beat 2-1 in the dying M bars.
It was Wolves. The game.
Yeah.
It was the game. Fact,
bro. I don't care. I might be going early, but bro, this Liam Delap is the new English best player. This guy he's got all the minerals. I want him at the carpet. He is too cold. Yeah. All he needs to add is that finishing touch, but he's still young. He's his first season in the Prem. Bro, I'm a big fan. But in saying that, I agree with the gal. Newcastle have too much. Isak, by the way. Oh my, I know everyone knows, but bro, he is just too cold, man. That last game that they won 4-0 against, or 3-0 it was in the league. I can't remember who they played as well, but bro, I just remember watching the highlights and thinking, this guy is just, I wish we signed him. But
It feels like it feels too right for him to go Arsenal. It just feels like a perfect fit.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened, man.
Yeah, we had our chance, but we fluffed our lines.
Or Arteta didn't want him.
I think we were interested, but we lingered. The same with Bruno G. We didn't because we don't sign. We do similar to Liverpool. We don't sign in Jan, and we waited, and they just they got snapped up in January. He got snapped up. I think he got snapped up in the summer actually, but we just lingered, and we weren't fully convinced with his stint at Sociedad. But yeah.
No,
Okay.
Arteta's got an idea, so I think that was the major issue. And he's got no talent ID, and also he's got no minerals to land the guys he wants. We look through the list of guys who've turned this guy down at this point in time, despite how attractive Arsenal project is. You got to start questioning some things, man. Like apart from Declan Rice, who we paid like a British record for, and who else are we talking about here? Partey we paid the release clause for. Everyone else is kind of, they had nothing better to do. All the other guys gave us the sayonara. We can go. The list is endless, man. We won't go into too much. I want to cover off quick fire these last two ones because I think one of them is potentially. I'm gonna say it right now. The lamest fixture that you'll see this season in the Premier League, and that's Fulham versus Southampton. I think there's probably not a game with genuinely less stakes in it in a footballing match than Fulham versus Southampton. I feel like we've already given them too much time. I feel like the fact that you know it. I feel like what we should say is it's one of the games that's happening this weekend in the world, and I feel like this stream currently has more viewers than that game will get. So, with that being said, Fulham will play Southampton, and there will be a result in that game, and that result will have some sort of an impact on the overall movements within the table. Either Southampton will stay last, or Fulham will stay in mid-table. So That's our collective prediction, boys. And the last game of the week is Brentford versus Nottingham Forest. Forest have got
Okay.
they've got some stakes. It's in it's at the G-Tech Stadium in Brentford, South Ealing. What do we have? I mean, Brentford coming fresh off an absolute battering by Newcastle. Back home, Boots. What do you think?
I think I'm gonna go 3-1. No, I'm gonna go 2-2 in this game. I'm gonna go for a draw.
Okay.
Ooh, no, I think Forest will win 1-0.
I'm gonna go 3-1 Brentford. I'm gonna go for Wissa and Mbeumo to score. It's not let me down yet, that prediction. But thank you for joining us, boys. Look, I think we need to get back to doing the edited and produced high quality content that we haven't done for a couple of months now, just due to international traveling situations and commitment issues. But we're going to sit down. We're going to come up with a concept, and stay tuned on Gabos, because that will be with you in hopefully the next week or so. And I'll see you guys on Monday for a roundup. We'll go through our predictions. We need to start writing down these predictions, otherwise the stakes aren't staking. So let's get on to doing that. But appreciate your time as always, boys. We've kept it inside an hour, potentially for the first time in the history of Gabos. Our timekeeping skills are improving. And as always, thank you everyone who wrote in comment and is tuning in. We appreciate you all very, very much.
Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone.